Welcome back to the Airman Harris Show. No free promo. Y'all, I saw the craziest thing the other day. I'm driving down the road. You know how you see the bums? Well, out here in Texas, it be a lot of unfortunate homeless people, bums, whatever you want to call them, on the side of the road ask for change. Normally, I give them change if I have a dollar, I have a couple cents, in the cup holder, whatever. I got a dollar in my pocket, $5 in my pocket. We ain't going over five. The most I have ever gave on Thanksgiving, I gave somebody $20. But anyway, I seen this person holding up a sign. Mind you, they're in a wheelchair, like they can't walk. One of the electric ones too, like not the hand boy. They got the little, like the little electric one, whatever you call it, with the handle and the Atari joystick thingy. They're in that. They got a long sign. So I'm at a stoplight, so I got time to read it because their penmanship is so great. Like, y'all realize too, like, all bums, they penmanship, they grammar, it be better than mine. Like, you might as well fill out this application and go get a job. Like, this is like that's great handwriting, that's great grammar, great penmanship. Like, you wasting your talents out here on the streets. But anyway, that's not the point. The sign says something to the extent of, I'm waiting on a check from the VA. Can anybody lend me a car or a truck? Not no money, not no food, not no I will work for food, not no I will work for money, not no I paint your house, any of that. They said, I'm waiting on my check. Can you lend me a car or a truck? Like, who just finna give you a car? So I just put my money, I put my dollar back in my pocket. Like, this dollar ain't close to no car. And you ain't getting the whip. So that was the craziest sign I ever seen, y'all. I know they was very unsuccessful with that sign because ain't nobody just finna lend you a car and you out here on the streets. Like, maybe, you might get blessed like that, but a million times out of a million, probably not. But anyway, anybody got to listen to Drake albums yet? He came out with 3 albums. From my understanding, he was just trying to get out of his contract, so he boom, 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 got him out the way. I hear he got like a $2 billion offer or something like that. I didn't even read the details from somebody or something. Now that he's out of the contract with the label he was with, now he's going to get a lot of money, but more to come on that when I get more details on that. Moving right along though, y'all. Shout out to Shea too. Back-to-back MVPs. That's impressive. I hear them trying to compare him to Kobe now. Like, we ain't finna do that. Maybe 5, 10 more years, but Kobe is Kobe. Kobe went out there and just played. Shea, no disrespect to the game now, but Shea plays like James Harden. They use the rules to their advantage. The fouls, I could do this, the little chicken wing. Kobe went out there and played, He played ball. And if you got to see Shea and Kobe, you know what I'm talking about. It ain't much that I have to explain about that. But anyways, the Knicks don't play tonight, but I'm going to remind y'all tomorrow when I do a pod. Watch the Knicks play. Mike Brown, he's kind of brilliant. I remember I got the club with Mike Brown. I was standing next to him in the club, and everybody, all the Warriors there, everybody there, Rich Paul there, Dale there, all the people there, everybody there. I'm standing next to Mike Brown. Mike Brown's in there chilling, got his drink. I got my drink. We both just standing there chilling. In my head, I'm like, Mike, like, hey, like, they don't know you the man up in here. You was getting, at that time, he was coaching for the Warriors, getting paid by Cleveland, and getting paid by the Lakers. So both of those teams fired him, and he was the assistant coach of the Warriors. I'm like, Mike, they must don't know you getting that guap here. It was a good time, but when y'all watch the Knicks tomorrow night, pay attention to the way Towns is playing. Now, Towns is getting way more assists than he ever got because Mike got them playing like the 2016 Warriors. I can't remember what year it was. My memory not that great. But I can't remember what year it was. But watch how Towns is playing. He's playing more of like Draymond. He's getting those assists. It's like the time Izzo, how he running the offense with Draymond. Then Brandon Dawson came right behind him. Not to say how he got to the league, but he came right behind him. They play that little mid post, that little high post area, whatever. And, get those assists. They took the ball out of, who was it? Caden Lucas, Corey Lucas' hands. Just like since 2016, they took the ball out of Steph's hands. 2016, 17, whatever years it was, but took the ball out of Steph's hands. Now they took the ball out of Brunson's hands. Brunson led the league in dribbles last year. This year, his usage rate is the highest. But he led the league in dribbles last year, not this year. So they getting him off the ball, getting him easier shots, getting him better shots, just how Draymond does for Steph that he don't get credit for. He just let Steph, run around off some screens. But if you got to dribble, and get your shot like Cade Cunningham, and now you wore down and tired and built, dug into the ground and can't do nothing no more. But just watch the Knicks, y'all, tomorrow, how Towns got to play the Draymond role. And he could shoot it, he could score it better, all of that. So it's beneficial for the Knicks, so I can't see the Knicks losing to the Cavs, but that's a conversation for tomorrow. But just watch how they're playing and how Brunson is off the ball more, which is going to be very beneficial for the Knicks and very smart by Mike Brown, by the way. But we'll get on more of that tomorrow. Moving right along, a lot of people was mad at me when I put that tombstone next to the Pistons. I wanted the Pistons to win too, but I did say game 6, but it happened in 7. But to get blew out like that at home, to show zero effort, like you in the D, playing in Detroit, got all Detroit stars there, game 7, you're a defensive team, y'all holding teams under 100 all season, playing this great defense, and then to show that little effort in the game 7 of the semifinals to get to the Eastern Conference Finals, not a good look. But they are young. But I told y'all, I just knew because Cade, not only is he, like I told y'all, not only is he carrying the Pistons, like trying to carry the whole city of Detroit just got a little too heavy, especially at that young age. Trying to carry the whole city the whole year, it's going to bog you down. And sure enough, it bogged Cade down. Cade only had 13 points. Tobias Harris was Tobias Harris again. He showed he's Tobias Harris. He's not a second option. We all knew that. He's more of a maybe third, fourth option. Granted, he's 6'9". He might be like that Rudy Gay, that Lamar Odom, that I ain't gonna even put them in that category. Never mind. But I was just naming people that you would just look at them like, dang, they seem like they should be so much better. Even though they were great players, good players, they just seem like they should be so much better because they can do everything, but they just never fully quite, like a Vince Carter. It's like, shouldn't he be Kobe with the skill set he had? But they just never quite, how dudes say like Gerald Levert, Jerry Curl, just never quite never quite spent all the way around. That's how those kind of players remind me of. They just never quite got there. Never quite did it. And Tobias Harris, to me, is one of those players. It's like you see it, and just I'm almost at the finish line, and then somebody zoom past me and beat me. That's how it reminds me, but whatever. Jenkins played the best. He had 17 points. Duren had 7 and 9. Speaking of Duren, this better not hurt Duren's contract neither because he's a 22-year-old kid. Granted, he have his struggles. He's got a lot to learn. If this hurts Duren in any type of way, it better hurt Austin Reeves. My bad, Rivers. I'm mad that they responded to that dude. Like, that was the biggest waste of time. Respond to me, nigga. But anyway, if this don't hurt Austin Reeves, and it hurts Duren, I know something. Because this man, he should be an all-NBA player, at least third team in Duren. It shouldn't hurt his contract. It shouldn't hurt the money he should get. He's a young player. He's an inexperienced player just like Cade. They still got a lot to learn. They're a young team. They need to bring in another scorer because he's not a second option just like Tobias Harris not a second option, and we shouldn't put that on them to be second options. That's not who they are. They role players. They need to bring in, I'm sure probably Giannis probably won't go there. They need to try to get Devin Booker back home. You want the Sacramento guys, DeRozan, he old, but release some stress off Cade. A Levine to release some stress off Cade. Heard the guys earlier saying, who they say? Zion or Trey Murphy. Trey Murphy's nice, by the way. But somebody to relieve the pressure off K because he can't, carrying the whole city of Detroit just got a little too heavy. But if this hurts his contract, it better hurt Austin Reeves' contract as well. Because if you could say Austin Reeves got hurt, this and that, he was injured. Well, he should have stayed out. If you hurt, don't come back. Because everybody knew the Lakers had no chance in winning, even if he came back. If Luka ain't come back, y'all ain't have no chance. Brian way too old to carry that team to do anything. 5 years ago, maybe. 10 years ago, for sure. But a 41-year-old Brian, absolutely not. Even if Austin Reeves came back, who did absolutely nothing to help them, it better hurt his contract as well. Because I've been hearing, him getting high numbers and big numbers, and he showed me nothing that he should get those numbers. He's not even going to be an All-NBA player. I don't know if he can because he was hurt, whatever. But no, it better not hurt his contract. Speaking of the Cavs, Harden did his usual James Harden playoff Harden thing. He did absolutely nothing. But everybody else stepped up. Jared Allen had 23 and 7. Was killing them too. Was killing them. Reed couldn't even do nothing with him. Reed, he ran out of gas. Just like everybody else in the starting lineup. Nobody gave them nothing but Jenkins that I saw. I turned the game off at halftime. Once I seen out, oh yeah, this is over. But I already knew because the Cavs are experienced. They're a lot older. They got a lot more talent on their team. The Pistons are up and coming. The Pistons, like the Spurs, they got still a lot to boom, boom, boom to build up and to get there. But not quite yet. Mobley had 21, 12, and 6. Mitchell, 26, 6, and 8. And Murrow came out with 23 with some tray balls. So they had a lot of guys put in a lot. However, I can't see them beating the Knicks. But like I say, we'll talk more about the Knicks and the Cavs tomorrow. But the defense for the Cavs ain't going to be able to stop the Knicks. The Pistons had the defensive side to be able to compete with the Knicks. Would have made a competitive series. But unless James have a big game, Mitchell have big games, Jared Allen and Mobley have to have a big game, and they're gonna need big games out of either Strus, Murrow, or Dean Wade. Like all of them gotta have big games when they play against the Knicks. So the Knicks got a lot of weapons, and we all know Harden and Mitchell not finna play good defense. So Brunson finna average at least 30 in that series, at least 30 piece McNugget. So. Shout out to the Pistons, though. They made it pretty far. They made it further than a lot of us expected, especially to be that young. They still got a lot of years to go. They're not even in their prime yet. They're, I guess they're core players enduring. Even Jenkins, Paul Reed, K, of course. So we'll see what they got in the future. I missed something. Y'all heard what Miles Turner said about Giannis? Well, not even about Giannis. It's really about Doc Rivers. How Doc Rivers never find players, especially y'all never find Giannis. Said Giannis would show up to the team plane or team bus, whatever they was doing, hours late, and Doc never find him. That even shows that Giannis want to be out and not trying to say he want to be out, which y'all knew he wanted to be out, but he went back and forth. Oh, I want to get traded. Oh, I never said that. Oh, I want to get traded. Oh, I didn't say that. It's like, dude, you want to be out of there. Say you want to be out of there so he can get you out of there, which we all know now he's going to be out of there. But it just shows the disrespect to Doc Rivers. And not to bash Doc Rivers, I was never a fan of Doc Rivers. The ring he do got came with Ray Allen, Paul Pierce, and Kevin Garnett. A great team. They had a great supporting cast on that team. Not to disrespect Doc, but you got a black man fired from Milwaukee as the coach who was doing great, who was boom, boom, boom. And was Adrian Griffin, who was, achieving, kind of like the Mark Jackson thing, building the team. And then you step in and do worse. And the team disrespects you more. And you just didn't quite do it. And now you out of there. It just wasn't a good look for Doc Rivers. That might be the end for Doc Rivers. I don't see another team hiring him. If they do, they crazy. Simple as that. I wouldn't, because We just seen too many times with the Clippers, with this team. He don't have it unless he have great players. Simple as that. But tonight, y'all make sure y'all check out the game. I know I'm gonna watch it in a minute here. OKC versus the Spurs. Jalen Williams is back. AJ Mitchell goes back to the bench. Maybe that's what I would do. But we'll see how that series play out. The Spurs, like I said, are kind of like the Pistons. They do got more pieces than the Pistons, but they are young. They are up and coming. For the future, we're going to see the Spurs. Wemby win this, Wemby win that. Wemby might win everything across the board. But for now, they kind of young. I think OKC edge them out. My bias pick going to be the Spurs. I want the Spurs to win, but I don't know if they can get, the MVP in those boys. They play hard. They play tough. They're experienced. They battle tested. They've been there before. So I can't see the Spurs getting them. It's going to be a good series. Hopefully everybody stay healthy. Hopefully Jalen Williams stay healthy. Hopefully Wemby stays healthy. And hopefully it'll be a good series. I think it's going to be, I want it to be the Spurs and the Knicks in the finals, but we'll see. But for now, y'all check out the game. I'm out. Peace.